So this is the spin orbit coupling. Today we discuss about the spin orbit coupling. There is a coupling between the orbital magnetic field due to the orbital motion of the electron and the magnetic moment due to the spin angular momentum of the electron. H indicates the Hamiltonian, which is equal to minus mu dot p. Here mu indicates the magnetic moment due to the spin. B indicates the magnetic field due to the orbital motion of the electron. Magnetic field due to the magnetic orbital motion of the electron. H is equal to minus mu dot p. It is very important to calculate the spin orbit coupling. It is energy equation. H is a energy. Okay. Next, here we calculate the value of B. Here we calculate the value of the B. So this is the magnetic field of the proton. Here we approximate. Already you know the electron is revolving around the nucleus. Here we consider hydrogen atom. The electron is revolving around the nucleus, but I approximate from the electron perspective. Electron is fixed one. Fixed one. Proton is moving around the electron. Proton or nucleus of the hydrogen atom is moving around the nucleus. You already know about this. For example, here you take sun and earth. Sun and earth. From the already universal truth is the earth is revolving around the sun. But the earth perspective, the earth is constant or resting position, but sun is revolving around the earth, like that. Once 1 minute. So like that, here we approximate our electron perspective. The nucleus is revolving around the electron. Then so I calculate the magnetic field of the proton. Here proton is have a positive charge. This positive charge is revolving around the electron. So this charge is moving. So charge is moving. It is called a current. It's called a current. So I is equal to dq by dt. Current. So current carrying a conductor is produces a magnetic field. You know about this. Current carrying a conductor is produces a magnetic field. Here we choose for the calculating the magnetic field the Biot-Savart's law. You can see this is the Biot-Savart's law. The closed surface integral B dot dr which is equal to mu naught I. I is the current, mu naught you already know, permeability. B is the magnetic field. The closed integral B dot dr which is equal to mu naught I. So it is a closed integral. Here we take the circular path. The path is circular. So we calculate the total distance of the circular path is 2 pi r. The circumference of the circular path is 2 pi r. R is the distance between the nucleus and nucleus and electron. B is the magnetic field which is equal to mu naught I. So finally we get the B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2r. I neglecting the pi. So B is equal to mu naught I. So I is the current, R is the distance. So you already know what is I. I is dq by dt. dq means q by t. Q is the charge of the charge of the proton, and T is the period of the proton or period of the electron. Both are same. So here I replace I is equal to E by T. dq is the charge, so I replace dq is equal to E is the charge of the proton, dt is the total time. Here we take the period T, capital T. E by T is the current. Next, L, you already know L is orbital angular momentum of the proton or electron, both are same. So here orbital angular momentum of electron. L is equal to R cross P. So P is equal to linear momentum mv, replace P is equal to mv, so R cross mv. So after cross product is a multiplication, so I write mvr, L is equal to mvr, v is equal to 2 pi r by t. V is the velocity of the particle. So velocity is the distance and time, distance divided by time. What is the distance of the proton or electron? Is total distance or total distance of the circumference of the circular path is 2 pi r. 2 pi r and divided by time, I take the period capital T, 2 pi r divided by t, which is the velocity. So replace v is equal to 2 pi r by t in the angular momentum L. L is equal to 2 pi m r square by t. L is equal to 2 pi m r square by t, because replace v is equal to 2 pi r by t. So I take t is equal to 2 pi m r square by L. M r square by L. Already we know the magnetic field and angular momentum are be the same direction. So this direction can be calculated by right hand thumb rule. So you already know what is the right hand thumb rule. B and L are be the same direction. Got it? Next, B is equal to mu naught E divided by 2 R divided by T. Here you can see this is the B, B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 R. So I replace current is equal to E by T. So the equation becomes B is equal to mu naught E divided by 2 RT. You can see B is equal to mu naught E divided by 2 RT. You already know what is the T. T is the period. So T is equal to 2 pi m r square by L. Replace T is equal to 2 pi m r square by L in this equation. Finally we get the B is the mu naught divided by 4 pi E divided by m r cube into L. You can see both B and L are same direction. You can see from the equation B and L are both in same direction. Next, we move on to next page. Mu naught epsilon naught, which is equal to 1 over c square. I think you don't know this equation, mu naught epsilon naught, which is equal to 1 over c square. So this equation comes from in the third sem of the MSc course from the paper Classical Electrodynamics of unit number 3 or unit number 4. So mu naught epsilon naught, which is equal to 1 over c square. Mu naught is the permeability in free space, epsilon naught is the permittivity of in free space, which is equal to 1 over c square. C is the velocity of the light. So this equation comes in the electrodynamics, classical electrodynamics, in the third sem of the MSc course. So replace, first of all, multiply epsilon naught, multiply and divide by epsilon naught, multiply and divide by epsilon naught. You already know mu naught in the numerator, mu naught epsilon naught divided by 4 pi epsilon naught E divided by mr cube into L. So we have the mu naught epsilon naught in the numerator. Replace mu naught epsilon naught is equal to 1 over c square. Okay. Next, b is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught E divided by mc square r cube L. So c square comes from mu naught epsilon naught. Okay. So this is the magnetic field due to the orbital angular momentum. Magnetic field due to the orbital angular momentum. This is nothing but orbital angular momentum of the electron. So we calculate using the electron perspective. Electron is fixed, the proton is revolving around the electron. So here the magnetic field is due to the proton. Magnetic field is due to the proton because of the angular motion of the proton. So here the magnetic field is same for both proton and electron. So this is equal for proton and electron. So that's why you can use this is the magnetic field due to the orbital motion of the electron. Next, this is the magnetic field. Next we calculate the magnetic moment due to the spin of the electron. Magnetic moment due to the spin of the electron. The magnetic dipole moment of the electron. From the definition, the magnetic moment which is equal to current times the area. This is the standard definition for the magnetic moment. Magnetic moment which is equal to current times the area of the area. That's why that's it. Electron which is equal to the magnetic moment of the electron which is equal to mu is the magnetic moment, q by t is the current, pi r square is the area of the circular orbit. So here the area of the circular orbit it is not but the pi r square is the area of the circular orbit. So q by t which is equal to q by t is the current, pi r square is the area. Next, magnetic dipole moment which is equal to current times area. You can see. So mu is equal to q pi r square by t. Next we calculate the spin of the electron. Spin is equal to moment of inertia times angular velocity omega. Spin which is equal to I times omega. You know I is the moment of inertia. I is equal to mr square. M is the mass of the circular orbit, r is the distance, omega is the angular frequency which is equal to 2 pi f. F is the frequency. So this is f is equal to 1 over t. So which is equal to 2 pi r divided by t. This is the angular frequency. 2 pi r is the circumference of the orbit divided by t is the period. From the classical mechanics, S is equal to I omega. I is the moment of inertia and omega is the angular velocity which is equal to 2 pi r divided by t. So S is equal to, so combine I and omega, we get the spin. S is equal to 2 pi m r square by t. Okay, so spin is equal to 2 pi m r square by t. So omega is equal to, only we take 2 pi f. F is the frequency. So frequency is nothing but 1 over period. 1 over period is 1 by t, capital T. 2 pi f is the angular frequency. So finally we get the spin. S is equal to 2 pi m r square by t. You already know about the spin and the relation between the spin and the magnetic moment. In the previous class you know the relation between the magnetic moment and the spin. So mu is equal to gamma times S. What is gamma? Gamma is the gyromagnetic ratio. Gamma is the gyromagnetic ratio. So mu magnetic moment, which is equal to gamma times S. S is the spin angular momentum. So you know what is the magnetic moment? Magnetic moment, which is equal to q pi r square by t, you can see, and S is the spin angular momentum, which is equal to 2 pi m r square by t. So we know the values of the mu and S. You take the ratio between the mu divided by S, we get the gamma. Gamma is the gyromagnetic ratio. The ratio between the magnetic moment and spin, which is equal to you can see gamma, which is equal to mu by S, which is equal to q divided by 2m. Q is the charge of the particle and m is the mass of the mass of the charge. So gamma, this is the gyromagnetic ratio. So this gyromagnetic ratio is due to the classical mechanics. From the quantum mechanics, quantum calculation, for the electron, the gamma becomes like this. Gamma becomes minus E by m. This is for the electronics in quantum calculation. Just E by m minus E by m is the gyromagnetic ratio of the electron. Got it? Okay. So this is the magnetic moment of the electron due to the spin, which is equal to mu E, which is equal to minus E divided by m into S. So here you already derive the value of the B, which is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught E divided by m c square r cube into L. This is the value of the B. E divided by m square or m c square r cube into L. This is the value of the B, and you already calculate the magnetic moment mu, which is equal to minus E divided by m into S. Replace mu and B in the equation. H is equal to minus mu dot B. So replace value of the mu and the B in the Hamiltonian equation. H is equal to minus mu dot B. So we get this one. H is equal to plus, because mu contain minus, the equation H contain minus mu dot B. Minus into minus plus 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into E square by m square c square r cube into S dot L. the value of the mu contain E by m minus E by m. So B contain E by m, E square by m square C square R cube S dot L. This is the H Hamiltonian. So I write this H, which is equal to H dash SO. SO indicates the spin orbit, the Hamiltonian due to spin orbit. H dash indicates the perturbation. Perturbation means the perturbation is the meaning of the perturbation is disturbance. The system is disturbance due to the spin orbit interaction. So this is the disturbed Hamiltonian due to the spin orbit interaction. Got it? H dash SO indicates the perturbation due to the spin orbit interaction. Perturbation is nothing but the disturbance, which is equal to E square divided by 8 pi epsilon naught. Here the H contain E square by 4 pi epsilon naught, you can see, but H dash SO indicates or represents E square by 8 pi epsilon naught. So it is 1 by 2 times because of the Thomas precision. So 1 by 2 ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂದರೆ ಥಾಮಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಷನ್ ಇಂದ, ಅಂದರೆ ಕೈನಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಕೈನಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇಯರ್ 1 by 2 we multiply 1 by 2 times H. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಕೈನಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಥಾಮಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಷನ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ by Thomas precision. So equation is becomes E square by 8 pi epsilon naught times 1 over m square C square R cube into S dot L. This is the Hamiltonian, perturbed Hamiltonian. So you can see the perturbed Hamiltonian contain S dot L. The perturbed Hamiltonian contain S dot L. So it is called spin orbit interaction. This is called spin orbit interaction. These spin orbit interaction have some energy. How to find the energy due to the Hamiltonian? It's simple. Take expectation value of the Hamiltonian, get the energy. Expectation value of the Hamiltonian, get the energy. You can see E is equal to expectation value of H. This interaction have some energy. It may be positive, it may be negative. So this diagram indicates the, you can see the B and L. This is the orbital angular momentum of the proton. You can see positive E indicates the proton, negative E indicates the electron. Here proton is revolving around the nucleus. This is the approximation. It is not real. Real is the electron is revolving around the nucleus. Okay. B and L both are have same direction. You can see in this diagram. This is the B is the magnetic field due to the orbital angular momentum. Next, and this is the magnetic moment due to the spin. Here you can see mu and S, magnetic moment and spin angular momentum, both are have same direction. R is the distance, m is the mass of the ring, q is the charge of the ring. So here I ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ನ ನಾನು ಪೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಪೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಂದರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನು ಸ್ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜು ಮತ್ತು ಮಾಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮಾಗಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಸು ಮತ್ತು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ನ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸ್ಪಿನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ ರೊಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಚಾಪ್ ದ electron into infinite pieces. So because the electron is spherical, the single chop is like a disc, circular disc. M is the uniform mass and Q is the uniform charge. R is the radius of the disc. Here mu and S be the mu is the magnetic moment due to the spin. S is the spin angular momentum. Here these two are same direction or parallel. You can see in this equation. Okay, we already calculate the H dash SO. We already calculate the value of the H dash SO is the, here you already know J is equal to L plus S. J is a total angular momentum, S is the spin angular momentum, L is the orbital angular momentum. J is equal to L plus S. You already know. We don't have eigenvalues of J and L and S. So I already discussed in this class. So there is no eigenvalues for the L and S and J. So only we have the eigenvalues of J square, L square, S square, Jz, Lz, Sz, Jx, Lx, Sx, like that. But we don't have eigenvalues of J, L and S. So because this reason I convert J, L, S into J square, L square, S square. How to convert? You can see J square which is equal to J into J. J square which is equal to J into J dot J. You know what is J? J is nothing but L plus S. So I replace J which is equal to L plus S. We get J square is equal to L plus S dot L plus S. So there is a dot product. So take dot product. So L into L we get L square plus S into S we get S square plus 2L dot S plus 2L dot S. Okay, so here the unknown is L dot S. Unknown is L dot S. Take L dot S in the left side. We get L dot S is equal to 1 by 2 J square minus L square minus S square. 1 by 2 into J square, L square minus S square. Okay, so here we clearly calculate the eigenvalues of the L dot S. So this is the equation for the eigenvalue, equation for the L dot S using this. Next, here we calculate the energy. So energy, how to calculate the energy? You take the expectation value on the H. So H contain the L dot S. Okay, so expectation value, take L dot S, expectation value of the L dot S, we get like this. This is nothing but expectation value. L dot S is equal to H cross square by 2 J into J plus 1 minus L into L plus 1 minus S into S plus 1 after the expectation value. L dot S is equal to H cross square by 2 J into J plus 1 minus L into L plus 1 minus S into S plus 1. Okay, so any function, any operator operating on a eigen function, we get the eigenvalue plus eigenfunction. Okay, next, so this is the energy. So ESO dash indicates the energy due to the spin orbit interaction. Dash indicates the disturbance energy. Next, here The H dash SO also contain 1 over R cube. 1 over R cube. H dash SO. The perturbed Hamiltonian also contain 1 over R cube. You can see the equation. You can see the H dash SO contain 1 over R cube. So we find the expectation value of the 1 over R cube. This is direct equation. So you can I can calculate this for 1 over R cube, expectation value of the 1 over R cube, which is equal to 1 divided by L into L plus half. This is L plus half into L plus 1 n cube into A cube. Here A is the Bohr constant. Okay, so you already know how to find the expectation value. ಇದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನೀವು? ಹೌ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು 1 ಓವರ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಾರೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ 1 ಓವರ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ಫೈನಲಿ we get these two equation, expectation value of L dot S and expectation value of 1 by R cube. So another terms in the H dash S for all are constants. You can see H dash S4 contain this one, E square by 8 pi epsilon naught. These are constants. Epsilon naught is constant, E square is constant, pi is constant. 1 divided by m square c square. M is the mass of the electron, is constant. E c square is also constant. So only variable is 1 by R cube and S total. So here we clearly calculate the expectation value of the variables 1 by R cube and S total. So substitute, we already calculate the S total, the value of the S total and 1 over R cube. Substitute these in this equation. So H dash S4 becomes E dash S4. You can see. So this is the equation of the energy due to the spin orbit interaction. This is nothing but magnetic interaction. Okay, this is the final equation due to the spin orbit interaction. Next we move on to, so ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಡ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಫೈನಲಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ES4 ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು EN ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ MC ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್. EN which is nothing but minus 13.6 EV. Minus 13.6 EV divided by n square. This is the energy En. Okay, 13.6 is the ground state energy of the hydrogen atom. So this is the final equation. So this ES4 dash is negative. Okay, and you can see this equation, the final equation is minus 3.4, minus 3 by 4. So this is from S into S plus 1, because S for electron S is 1 by 2. For electron S is 1 by 2, replace 1 by 2, we get the minus 3 by 4. So this is the spin orbit interaction, and you can see this one, this is the fine structure, energy of the fine structure. So this is addition of the ES4 dash plus E energy due to the relativity correction. Energy due to relativity correction which is equal to EFS. This is called the fine structure. ಸೊ ಫೈನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಅದು ಎರಡು ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪಿನ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋಂಥ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಿಲೇಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋಂಥ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಇವೆರಡನ್ನೂ ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಫೈನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫೈನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ energy level diagram of the hydrogen with due to the fine structure. You can see this is unperturbed energy. This is n is equal to 1 indicates the ground state energy. So this is the energy level diagram of the hydrogen atom. Okay, the light line you can see n is equal to 1 ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತು n is equal to 2 ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, 3 ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು, 4 ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಪರ್ಟರ್ಬ್ಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಫೈನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ we get n is equal to 1. n is equal to 1 indicates the ground state energy, which is nothing but minus 13.6 eV. So we consider fine structure. So due to the fine structure, energy is increases. You can see minus 13.6 ಗಿಂತ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆ. The solid line indicates the down. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, minus 13.6. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಇದು minus 13.6ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. -3.4 ದೊಡ್ಡದು, -13.6 ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. 3.4 ದೊಡ್ಡದು, 13.6 ಚಿಕ್ಕದು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿದು, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ L is equal to 0. L is equal to 0 indicates the S orbit. Sharp S indicates the sharp term. So S orbit is the circular orbit. For S orbit, L is equal to 0. And you can see n is equal to 2. N is equal to 2. The light line indicates the unperturbed energy. Because of the fine structure, the energy is again decreases. You can see there are three solid lines. So first solid line indicates the L is equal to S, and second two solid line indicates the L is equal to 1. That means P. L is equal to 1 is P. P orbit. P orbit is a elliptical orbit. S orbit is a circular orbit. D orbit is a again elliptical orbit. F is also elliptical orbit. So this is the fine structure.